The first night in my dream house was meant to be unforgettable. It was unforgettable, just not in the way I had imagined. I pictured laughter filling the empty rooms, my family toasting to this new chapter, my mother fussing over the kitchen, my siblings teasing me about finally making it. Instead, I sat on the cold hardwood floor, eating takeout straight from the box, surrounded by stacks of unopened cardboard. One by one, their excuses rolled in. Work emergency, feeling sick, too tired, maybe next week. Not a single person showed up. Then my phone buzzed. A text from my father. 5 words. We need to talk about the house. I froze, chopsticks midair. Something inside me cracked. My family had never been gentle with me. Growing up, I was a background character in their story, the afterthought. My brother was a golden child. My sister, the princess. I was the one who worked quietly, asked for nothing, expected to understand when they forgot me. But I worked. I saved. While they leaned on my parent for loans, I swallowed my pride, took extra shifts, lived in cramped apartments, ate cheap meals. I told myself it would be worth it, that someday I would have something no one could take away, that something was this house, my dream, my proof I wasn't invisible, and they couldn't even be bothered to show up. At first, I thought it was indifference. Then I noticed a pattern in their messages. The tone, the smug undercurrent. My father's text was an accident. It was a warning. They hadn't forgotten me. They were circling, plotting how to claim what I had built. I dug deeper. A late-night call, overheard by chance. My sister telling my mom, "Well, if it's family property, we all have rights, right?" My brother laughing. "Let him pay now. We'll enjoy it later." Family property. That word ignited something in me. That was the moment grief hardened into strategy. I didn't scream. I didn't confront. I let them think I was still the quiet, naive child they could push around. But inside, I was planning. Every brick of this house was mine. Every tile, every screw, every patch of earth. And I would make them understand in the most undeniable way possible. The next morning, I called my lawyer. We restructured everything. Ownership, inheritance, liability, ironclad. I even included a clause in my will bar my immediate family from claiming the property. If anything happened to me, it would go to charity before it ever touched them. Then I waited. The opportunity came sooner than I expected. A week later, my father called, not asked, called for a family meeting. I already knew the agenda. They would dress it up as concern, disguise it as love, but it was about control, about my house. I invited them over. For the first time, they stepped inside my home. Their eyes roamed, calculating. My brother whistled low at the vaulted ceilings. My sister ran her fingers over the marble counters like they were already hers. My mother muttered, "A bit much, don't you think?" Finally, my father cleared his throat. "We've been talking," he began, rehearsed. "This is family property now. You'll understand it benefits everyone if decisions, expenses, and planning are collective." Collective. The word sliced through me. They hadn't lifted a finger to earn this. And yet, they expected to divide it like a pie. I didn't argue. I didn't yell. I smiled. Then I pulled a thin folder from the drawer. "Funny you say that," I said, laying the papers on the table, "because I've already planned for that scenario." They leaned in. My father's eyes scanned the documents. First confusion, then panic. "What's this?" he asked, voice cracking. "It's my property deed," I said calmly. "In my name only. Ironclad. Untouchable. And if anything happens to me, the house doesn't go to you. It goes to the foundation I just signed with. None of you get a cent." My sister's face drained of color. My brother's jaw tightened. My mother sputtered. How could I?" I cut her off, voice low and steady. "How could you stand outside this house and plan to take what I bled for? How could you smile while calling it yours when you didn't even show up the first night?" Silence. A silence louder than any shouting match could ever be. I leaned back, arms folded, letting it settle over them. That night, they finally saw me. Not the invisible child, not the quiet sibling, but someone they could never manipulate again. They left without another word. The door closing behind them sounded like music. I sat alone, but this time it didn't feel empty. It felt secure. Mine. For once, I didn't crave their approval. I didn't need congratulations or gifts. I had something better. Freedom. And when my father's desperate text lit my phone again, "We need to talk about the house," I didn't hesitate. I typed 2 words that ended it all. Not anymore. I once thought revenge meant fire and fury. But I've learned the deadliest revenge is silence, backed by proof. They wanted to reduce my dream to a family possession. I turned it into their nightmare. Untouchable, unclaimable. And for the first time, I wasn't the forgotten one at the table. I was the one who ended it.